Hi guys, in this video I'm just blow drying my hair but also reviewing this mini hairstyler of which I didn't really expect the results I got, so stay tuned to the end to see how it worked on my natural hair. So first things first, let's take a closer look at this hairstyler, which I've actually had for close to 2 years. I didn't actually use it because heat is not a big part of my regimen, of which that could change. But, you know, I'm 3 years post big chop and I thought, why not stretch my hair with heat? So unpacking this little tool, it's actually a mini, straightener, if you may, and it comes with a user manual with instructions on how to use it, the heat settings, and some pictures on how to use it, etc. The packaging is quite nice as well, and it's a travel size, which is pretty handy. And the tool itself is, good quality. Just holding it is, you can tell this is a well-made product. It's really tiny, of which you can, put it in a bag and travel with it without any problems at all. And yeah, I am a little bit worried, or I should say I was a bit worried about the gaps in between the teeth being a little bit too big, for them to be effective at straightening or stretching my hair. But, let's just wait until the end of the video to see how that works. The cord is actually quite long, which is also handy because you don't actually have to be super close to a socket. And yeah, it just gives you a little bit of flexibility to move around while using it, which I think is a good thing. So I decided to blow my hair first before I actually use this tool, and that's simply because I know my blow dryer a little bit better than this tool. I didn't want to use too many passes on my hair with the tool because I don't know it that well. And yeah, I'm just going in with TGIN's Daily Moisturizer to moisturize my hair. This product is actually newly purchased, and I'm just trying it out on my natural hair. And I did choose to use coconut oil as my sealant. And for me, this is a light sealant. And I'm using it because it just doesn't wear my hair down, of which, when you have a blowout or straighten your hair, if you use heavy products, they can wear your hair down. So that's the reason I have actually chosen coconut oil. I didn't compromise on my leave-in conditioner because, my hair has to have that moisture in. Otherwise, I'm creating problems that can be avoided. So we know that hair burns at 451 degrees Fahrenheit or 233 degrees Celsius. But, my blow dryer doesn't actually have actual numbers on there to show you. But I've actually used it for many, many years, and I haven't had any heat damage on the settings that I choose, which is a medium setting and also medium airflow. But if I need a little bit of strength, I'll just increase the airflow. And yeah, I've had no problems at all. And of course, I am going to use a heat protectant for this process. Now, my hair is actually freshly washed, freshly deep conditioned, and I'm not going to use any particular method per se to blow dry my hair. You will see me using the tension method and sometimes using the brush. It doesn't really matter to me. I just really need to get that hair straight. I am going to try to not add as much heat to the ends, and I've never been good at stretching my ends with heat anyway. I find that they require quite a bit of heat, or quite a bit of manipulation to get them super stretched. So don't worry about my ends, they have a mind of their own. So while I'm at it, guys, do you guys use heat on your hair? Do you have a phobia for heat? I know there's a lot of mixed feelings and really quite a lot of fear around using heat on natural hair. And when I went natural first, it was like a no-no. But, I've actually realized that heat can actually help us retain length if we know how to use it properly. But comment below, let me know, how often do you use heat? Do you use it at all? Is it a no-no for your routine? There's no wrong or right answers, really. Everybody can really just do what they want as long as it's working for you. Girl, you do you. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this Hairstyla. It says that once you press the button for the first time, it automatically sets to a low setting or low heat. When you press it a second time, it goes on to a higher heat, of which, even the higher heat is below 233 degrees Celsius. And a lot of the times what actually causes damage to the hair is the repeated passes of, the styling tool on the hair, which actually increases the heat on the hair because, it's passing onto the hair too many times. And yeah, you don't give your hair a bit of a break between those passes. So I'm a bit nervous still to use the tool, and I just decided to jump in. And I was pretty impressed because it glided quite nicely against my hair, but there was a problem. I wasn't sure whether it was burning my hair due to the smoke, or it's just the hairs that are caught in the tool itself. And another thing was that, as you can see, my hair pretty much looks the same. And I'm not sure whether I'm using it wrongly, or the heat is still not enough, or, I don't know what I was doing wrong with regards to actually using the tool. My ends still look exactly the same. So, decided to let it go through the second time, and no difference. And yes, what I actually suspected ended up being true, which is that the gaps in between the combs of the tool, if you may, were too big. So I decided I'm gonna grab a larger piece or a larger section of hair and see if that makes any difference at all. And unfortunately, this didn't make any difference to my hair whatsoever. I mean, I tried a couple more times, especially at the ends where my hair was just not showing anything and the smoke seemed to increase with the larger piece of hair. I was like, whoa, I'm not gonna do this. So I decided to spare the rest of my hair unnecessary heat and just rock my hair in the blowout. I don't think the heat was too low, or I don't think it damaged my hair. I mean, maybe the smoke is just from the hairs that are caught in the tool itself. And my final thoughts on this are that unless you want a blowout look, you probably won't get anything other than that. It will not give you a straight or bone straight look, of which a lot of us prefer a little bit of fullness in our hair. I like my hair a bit more fuller even after using heat on it. Maybe using it directly without the blow dryer would do the same thing, really. But yeah, it's definitely not gonna do the same thing as a flat iron, in my opinion. I also suspect that this styling tool might actually work quite well for people with looser curl patterns. So maybe, you know, type 3, type 2, type 1 going that way rather than type 4s, because, you know, this hair is pretty kinky, so it's just, yeah, it's not just gonna go bone straight overnight. Be sure to leave your comment below on if you are going to try this, if you've tried it before, and what you think about styling your natural hair with heat. Until next time, ta-da!